light the candle?
Hello, Mander.
Hi, Nikita Bonana.
How is you?
I is fine.
You is fine.
Still running on about 3 hours of sleep, but otherwise just fine. Just making memes. That's what I was doing last night. Just making
Yeah,
memes.
you fucking were. Jesus, Lord, Mary, and Joseph.
Yep, making
This
like
woman,
three
I
weeks
wake up
worth.
to a message that's like, I have us scheduled out all the way past Christmas now. Or it's through the new year or some shit. And I look and it's like pages and pages of schedules. And I'm like, damn, woman, yes, you did. Get it, you meme machine. You did it again. But anyway, hi, folks. This is the Neurodivergent Convergence podcast. We are two best friends who are neurodivergent, and we have a podcast where every week we come on and talk about our neurodivergent lives and neurodivergent shit and how we relate to neurodivergent shit. And we have some fun and fuckery while we do it. And because we are two no, what is my phrase? We are living in a neurodivergent world. No, we're not. We're living in a neurotypical world. And we are neurodivergent girls. Uh yeah. Hi, hello.
It's been
Welcome.
a
If this
day.
is
It's
your
been a day.
this it's been a day. If this is your first time, you are walking in to a shitsode, to a bitch sesh, to a let's air out our grievances kind of fucking episode because we are in the middle of our what is autism series. And we did have a topic planned for today that crashed and burned, but I think this is just fitting, so we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna follow the white rabbit down the hole, and we are going to have this bitch sesh because it actually does correlate with autistic issues. So we're gonna talk about what happened to me today and how I feel about it. But first, before we get into the serious things, because there'll probably be crying and lots of upsetness, let's have some fun because I need a little bit of fun in my life. Are we reading? Let's read.
Yes.
Oh, no, anonymity first. We got to do
Yeah.
anonymity because if we don't do it first, then we never remember.
Mm-hmm.
So, Amanda and I have Google Docs. We discuss this every week, but if this is your first episode, you don't know that. And Amanda is anonymous inside our Google Docs because she no get. So, which is another inside joke
Mm-hmm.
because she suck and just no get. And Google does not think she's real, even though she signed in. So it gives her this anonymous little emblem. Okay. And in each document, she's always something else. Although last week it made her the same thing in two of them, and in both of them. So we had to fix that.
An
This
instinct
week,
thing, I think.
yeah, and then it was an extinct thing. And then there was a demon at one point. So it was a whole thing. Um this week, ma'am, your choices are anonymous otter and anonymous hyena.
I mean, I have to go with otter.
I mean, of course you do.
Mm-hmm.
Of course
They're
you do.
so cute when they hold hands when they lay on their backs,
I
and
know, they're so
there's
cute.
they use rocks to open up little
I
clamshells. They're so
know.
cute.
Otters were always my favorite at like
Mm-hmm.
if we went to like an aquarium or zoo or wherever had otters, I was like super pumped about it because they're so cute. So they're like you just want to fluff their faces, although they'd
I
probably
know, and they
bite
make
your
the
fingers
cutest
off.
noises, like when
They
people to give them baths and
do.
in like bathtubs and stuff. It's
I
like
know.
it's like you're so fluffy, I could die.
They're so fluffy I could die. Yes. It's great. But let's get to the fun and the fuckery. You ready for the fun and the fuckery?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Let me go down to page 100 and whatever the fuck. Hold please. I was there, now I'm not. We really need, like you said, need to bookmark this shit.
Mm-hmm. So I plan on doing tomorrow.
Recapping. Yeah. Recapping for the folks. Um we are still rolling with the Chronicles of Jeremy. If this is your first episode, you have a lot of catching up to do. However, hold on. I've forgotten my witchy thing. I need to light. I have one candle lit, but I've got to light our birthday candle style ones. Hold, please. We're trying to call on all the good vibes for this here episode because I am just emotionally fucking screwed in the head today. There we go. Fixed it. Anyway, recapping for the people. Jeremy and friends have gained a few new friends, yeah, along the journey here. We now have a little friendly, what, foursome, threesome, foursome, yeah.
Yeah, for
Um,
Binky,
yeah, that's right. Yep,
Finnegan,
foursome.
Jeremy, and Sympathy.
Yeah, we have the friendly foursome. Jeremy, Finnegan, Sympathy, and Binky are the friendly foursome. Just why? I mean, just why? Like, the AI named the unicorn Sympathy. So,
The
this is where we
farting
are.
unicorn.
And then we came up with Finnegan the fainting goat. And then Binky is Finnegan's cat. So he's not psychic, but he is Finnegan's. So we have Jeremy the psychic cat, Sympathy the unicorn, Finnegan the fainting goat, and Binky the cat. So
Basically, it's like a Pluto and Goofy situation where, I mean, Binky talks, but
yeah,
the fact that basically Jeremy is Goofy and that he's a sentient, cat-like thing. Goofy's a dog, but
yeah,
Pluto is owned by someone. Binky's owned
yeah,
by someone, but he's also a
yeah.
cat. So I believe even slavery, I guess, in
I
this
guess,
universe.
fuck. I don't know. This is all AI, man. We didn't do well except for Finnegan. We didn't do this. However, I think the AI has me real inspired
Mm-hmm.
because I have been thinking, uh-oh, our candle's titties fell off. Sorry. I just got
She done lost her
distracted.
tits. She done lost her tits.
Calm your tits. No.
No.
Sorry, that's a meme we'll share. I'll post this so that everybody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. But I have these like bigger ritual candles, and like I'm down to my last one, and it's like a, a woman's, shape with some nice perky titties. And as the candle burns, obviously this thing's gonna melt, and it was burning like directly down the middle of the candle, like perfectly. And so as it's burning, it's like melting to the side, and her titties finally fell off. So yeah. Anyway, I digress. Sorry, I get so distracted by this candle. I'm a little bit of a pyro, I think. I like staring at fire. Anyway, shake it off. We're going to get back to what we're doing here. We are talking about this here foursome and their adventures, and I'm getting very inspired. And I think at some point, Amanda,
Mm-hmm.
we might not need the AI anymore.
Yeah.
We did say at some point this day might come. And I am feeling so inspired that I think that now we have this little thing happening where we've got like some storylines and whatnot. I feel like I could finish writing this. Like I could continue the Chronicles of Jeremy. I'm feeling so inspired that I might just start writing the Chronicles of Jeremy all on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
I mean,
talk about it.
better you than me, because I would get about halfway and be like, well, that's over.
Yeah. And I'm not
I'm
saying we'll
done.
never use AI again, but like I'm getting really inspired. Like I've had to guide the AI so much to make it continue to make sense, but like I'm just feeling so inspired by this funny, fucked up little thing we've got going on here. And I think I'm going to take it and run with it and maybe start formulating these stories on my own. We shall see. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, let's get into it for like the 15th time I've said that. So, this is the sentence that I gave the AI, and I will tell you when the AI kicks in. Here we go. Now that Sympathy the unicorn was done with her many bathroom breaks, they could get back on track for their journey to find new magic. Jeremy, the psychic cat, and Sympathy were leading the way, with Finnegan, the fainting goat, and Binky the cat following close behind. They were in a very dense forest. No one had ever ventured this far into this forest before. Everything was overgrown and covered with a thick layer of moss, and there were no paths or trails to follow. Sympathy, still carrying her sword, had to cut away fallen branches and brush to make a way forward for herself and her friends. That is where I stop. This is where AI, 90% AI starts, because I have to give it guidance every once in a while. Finnegan, the fainting goat, with the occasional swish of his whip, was right behind the unicorn, watching for any sign of danger. In his right hand, he held a piece of rope. In his left, he held a miniature axe. Although it was not a weapon to be wielded in battle, Finnegan was making sure he was prepared for it. Jeremy, who was all too familiar with adventures, had picked up a rock, which he then placed over his head to keep the deer head that was at the top of his head from falling down.
As you do.
As you do. With every step forward that they took, Sympathy made sure to see how Binky the cat was doing. The cat had been injured a few days back during their first journey into the forest. There was a large net strung across a larger creek. Sorry, I didn't even register how that was written the first time I read it. That was just funny. A large net strung across a larger creek. Binky had gotten tangled in it. When he broke free, he tore the flesh off his chest. Well, hot damn. Now, Binky had a large healing wound that needed to be treated. The forest eventually opened up into a clearing where a small stream passed by. Okay. Well, I didn't know streams just pass by now. Once the unicorn made sure that Binky was all right, she took a deep breath and the tension left her body. I need to take fucking advice from the unicorn here. All right, she called out. It's safe to move out now. My pack, Binky called back to them, holding up a brown metal bag that had the words Atheist Society written in a red font on the front. He was using the bag to carry everything they needed. I've got a lot of extra stuff, don't I? Yeah, Sympathy answered, shaking her head and moving past Binky. Keep up with the unicorn.
She said in third person.
I know. It's better, so I left it. As she walked, she struggled to stay upright as the large sword she carried swung back and forth. It had been especially crafted for her by Raven, the Juggernaut. I don't know what that is, but okay.
A Juggernaut?
Yeah.
Something
like, I know
big,
what the Juggernaut is from, like...
X-Men?
Yeah.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
Yeah.
Like,
the Juggernaut, bitch! Yes,
like
I know.
Big person, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just imagining, like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! Like, big fucker,
Named
right?
Raven, apparently.
Named Raven. Well, okay, fine. Sympathy was strong and used to fighting monsters, but the weight of the sword and the windy path were enough to make her weak. Finnegan and Jeremy were waiting by a nearby oak tree. They were not afraid. Right, Finnegan called out. There's the gate! Sympathy didn't seem to hear him. She was already heading to the gate, which was held by two large stone statues. She walked right up to the gate and looked at it curiously. So, she said, crossing her forelegs over her other leg, how do I open this thing? It's pretty simple, Finnegan called out from behind her. Just pull up on the two chains and it'll open. And the runes on it? Well, they're not particularly informative. I guess you could just try pulling on them with all your might, but it might not do you any good. Sympathy nodded in understanding, grabbed hold of the two chains. I can just think of 2 chains.
Two chains.
2 chains.
I hope you like the emoji I put next to it. It is
I see 2 chains. Sorry.
That's why I
don't
know if you see me on video do it, but when you go back to edit this,
it's 2 chains. That's what it is. 2 chains.
But I'm literally just like trying not to burst out laughing as I'm doing random.
I know. I'm absolutely ignoring you on purpose. Like, I'm trying to stay in character. It's really hard. Okay, I'm battling the dyslexia and the distraction and all of the things. So I'm just trying to get through this goddamn story. Okay, here we go. Grabbed hold of 2 chains and started pulling. With a single pull, the gate opened up. Whee! She yelled, jumping out of the way and dodging a rusted spear that had flown out of the gateway. Nice going! Finnegan clapped his hands. Good job, he called out. Now just wait here and I'll get you and Binky out of there. Sympathy turned back to the gate. As she was about to put her paw, which she just should not have because she's a goddamn unicorn, back on the chains, a rumbling of thunder could be heard in the distance. Finnegan ran back over to Sympathy, who was now huddled over Binky, but as he was almost to them, a loud crash of lightning struck a nearby tree. Sorry, same difference. Finnegan screamed, stiffened up, and fainted. Damn it, Finnegan, not again, Binky exclaimed. Jeremy, seeing this happen, ran over to Finnegan and shook him wildly. Let's get moving, he said. I don't know what's going on in the world, but I don't want to stick around here when I hear that big boom. Without saying anything, Sympathy started heading towards the exit of the forest. Finnegan and Jeremy walked beside her. Maybe we should find someone who knows how to interpret the runes, Jeremy suggested. I already tried that, Finnegan replied. The nearest village is at least a day's walk away. Could we find someone in town? Jeremy asked. Probably, Finnegan said, so why don't we split up? I'll go to the nearest town and try to find someone who can read the runes. You sure about this? Jeremy asked. Because I'm not sure. Absolutely, Finnegan responded, waving his hoof over his head. We might get in trouble, but I don't care, I'm a thief. You're just trying to use it as an excuse, Jeremy said. What are you doing?
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, go on.
For shame, anonymous hyena, you are changing my words.
I fixed it.
You did, but not after it distracted me. I'm gonna fire you in a minute. Fired from adding shit to the fucking thing while I'm reading. No, I need to go back to reading off the document I put in the fucking show notes. Like I did that one day when you were like, did you see all my emojis? I was like, ha! Thwarted plan of distraction, because I read off a different fucking paper. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. You're just trying to use it as an excuse, Jeremy said. God damn it, you're number one. It's because it's 8:40. That's, see, you called it. You called it. 8 o'clock, 8:30. That's when the yawn starts. So we just need to be cognizant of this, but it couldn't be helped tonight. God damn it, focus, Nicole. You're just trying to use it as an excuse, Jeremy said. No, I'm not. I'm really a thief, Finnegan said. What do you mean? Asked Jeremy. Come on, roll. There we go. It's just that, look, I didn't want to be a thief. I tried to change my ways, but I just couldn't. I understand, Jeremy said. But you're not going to be a criminal forever. I'm going to be with you for a long time. I'm always going to be here for you. And so, as long as you want me to be, I'll always be here for you. Jeremy smiled and Finnegan gave him a quick hug. Don't worry. I know you're a good person and you're doing the right thing, Jeremy said. Aw, Jeremy. You can be such a dick, but you can be so nice at the same time.
Just me.
Me! Yeah, me. Yeah, we'll get into it. We can meet back here in the morning at first light. Okay, sorry, hold on. I've got to restart this because I totally, if you get the reference, you'll get the reference. This is where I doctored it. We can meet back here in the morning. At first light. Look to the hill in the distance. If you don't see me there, know that all is lost and the end is here, Finnegan said. Until then, brother, Jeremy replied. Then Finnegan set off for the nearest town. After the two friends split, Sympathy looked up at the sky. And yes, Gandalf. It's not exactly right, but it's close. On purpose. She knew that there had to be some sort of answer up there. She knew that when the sky turned dark, something terrible would happen. And so Sympathy decided to investigate. Sympathy waited until the last bit of sunlight fell behind the trees. Then she took her purple horn and pressed it to the dark orb above her head. The clouds overhead seemed to turn black. Sympathy pushed harder and harder until the entire sky turned black. She held the horn up for a minute or so and then closed it. She didn't hear any noises or see any signs of something happening. It was as if the world had just faded away. Oh, come on, she mumbled. I'm still supposed to be here? Sympathy looked at her map and realized that the forest was much, much bigger than she thought. Something wasn't right.
Dun,
to be continued.
dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Damn, Jan. Took some turns in that one there. We have a splitting of the group. Yeah.
Which is number one no in horror movies.
Right. Don't fucking split up. All you dumbasses always split up and then the fucking murderer's like, bitch, gotcha. Done.
they did that in Lord of the Rings, and he made a Lord of the Rings reference. So there you go.
There you go. Safety in numbers, bitches. Quit splitting up on journeys. Stick together. Okay? Stick together. That's
Stick
the
to the script.
rules. Stick to the script, bitch. Okay. Anyway, that's our AI story. Might start getting heavily doctored by me because I'm so fucking inspired by this. And what everyone doesn't know is when I was in like the third or fourth grade, I think it was like actually it was like fourth or fifth grade. When I was in fourth or fifth grade, I actually got a short story published in our local newspaper because I wrote such a good short story.
Oh wow.
Just saying. I was actually quite the creative writer when I was younger. Um, so yeah, I might dust off my fifth grade skills and start creative writing our little fucking foursome here and make a whole ass Chronicles of Jeremy. I might do it.
Sounds like a plan to me.
And then maybe I'll publish this motherfucker one of these days.
Children's book, but maybe not. It's like one of those books
No,
that's like looks like a children's book, but it's for adults. Like
but
go the
it's
fuck to
for
sleep.
adults. Yeah,
Like,
it's like one of those cartoons that your kids really want to watch, but you're like, no, no, you cannot watch that fucking cartoon. You cannot watch that shit. It's not okay. It's not for children. It's for adult children. You cannot watch that. Must be 18 or older to ride. Okay?
mm-hmm.
That's what we're gonna say. The front cover is gonna say must be 18 or older to ride.
It's
So
kind of like the two versions of Ren and Stimpy.
yeah. And it won't be like one of those cartoons that's like SpongeBob, where like or Shrek, where like you watch it as an adult and you're like, ha, caught that, right? It was a reference you wouldn't have got when you were a kid. No, they're gonna have lots of questions. So whatever you do,
Mm-hmm.
when this hypothetical ass book is published, do not let your children read it, okay? It's not for children. It's
Nope.
not for the children. Okay. Speaking of books, we have Mad Lib.
Mad
We have
Lib.
Mad Lib to do. Pokemans.
Pokemans.
Pokemon Mad Libs. So we rip off some more shit somebody else already did. How about that? Pokemon Mad Libs. We are Amanda is picking words this time.
Yep.
Minder. I need from you, ma'am, a verb.
Expectorate.
Oh. I've been doing a lot of that.
I just always think of Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Really good
Expectorating.
expectorating.
Yes. Adjective.
Gaston.
Gotta finish it. Gotta finish the fucking sentence. You can't just stop. Your brain won't let you. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Dang.
Dang or dank?
Dank. Dank.
Dank. That's some dank ass weed.
Dank memes.
Dank memes. Noun.
Ghost.
Ghost. Adverb.
Recklessly.
Oh, hey. Got it. Verb.
Blow.
Blow. Oh,
Blow.
Okay. Don't read ahead. Don't read ahead. Don't read ahead. A place.
The dark side of the moon.
Ooh, I love it. The dark side. I almost wrote the dank side. And I missed the E and the. How did I do that? Okay. Adjective.
Maniacal.
Maniacal. Sure. Verb ending in ing.
Because I have to do it every time. Fucking.
Okay, girl, you get it. Okay, I have to stop reading ahead. Okay, adjective.
Sloppy.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, verb.
Did I just call Pikachu sloppy or something? Like
Nope.
sloppy seconds? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Verb.
Stab.
Stab. Oh shit. Adjective. This is so bad.
Because Pokemon's a 90s thing, I did totally radical.
Okay. That's the more mild one of the bunch, that's for sure. Verb.
Back it up. Like, back it up, Terry.
Back it, put it in
Put it in reverse.
reverse,
Back it up, Terry.
Terry. Terry, you go die.
Oh God,
Adjective.
Terry.
Oh
Uh,
God, Terry.
buck ass naked.
Okay, and then a verb.
Ensconce. Because I gotta show I'm at
Oh,
least a little bit smart.
and sconce. Okay. Fuck all. Okay, here we go. This one's called Approaching Wild Pokemon. It's gonna be bad. Please
Oh
remember the
no.
title because it's gonna make it worse. Okay.
Oh, okay. And I
Yawn.
put fucking in there. Okay.
You sure did. You sure did. Okay. Okay, here we go. Wild Pokemon are rare to come across, but if you do expectorate one, it's best to be dank and prepared.
Be
Some
prepared.
this is where it's gonna start taking a turn. Some Pokemon want to be left alone, but sometimes they want the ghost of other Pokemon and recklessly wish to be caught and trained. In order to catch a wild Pokemon, first you have to find and blow one.
No.
It's gonna get worse.
No.
Whew. Okay, it's gonna get worse.
I have such a bad thought in my head right now, but I'll leave it to the end.
Okay. Whew. Okay. 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 Whew. Okay. They often live outside of a city or the dark side of the moon and can be found in the grass or in the maniacal water. Sometimes they are out in the open, but sometimes they are fucking in a hollow stump or in a sloppy cave.
Oh my.
You
No.
did it. You made it so bad. I can't. Sometimes they're fucking in a hollow stump.
Or a sloppy cave.
Or a sloppy cave. That would be a
That
fucking
wet
sloppy cave.
cave.
It really would.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. But stab them carefully. Wild Pokemon can be totally radical. Often this leads to a battle. Choose a Pokemon who you feel will back it up best for you and let it loose.
I just imagine Pokemon twerking. Back it up and
I
let it loose.
know. Well, I mean, they're already fucking in a stump and everything else, so they're gonna back it up, I guess. Jesus Christ.
They ain't doing missionary in that cave, that's for
Oh,
sure.
fuck off. Okay. Oh, back it up and let it loose. That's what it says. Back it up, best for you, and let it loose. When you feel the wild Pokemon is buck ass naked enough, toss a Pokeball and see if you ensconce it. Can't even speak.
I mean, that's what a Pokeball does, so at least that would make sense.
This one is so.
It's
Why are yours always so bad? Like they're so
because I combined like fancy words and childish words.
Oh fuck!
Like
It hurts. Oh, this is the best one we've ever done.
So I had a bad thought because the whole they want the ghost of other Pokemon, but then the whole what was the word? I just and then blow you have to blow one. I thought of Cubone, who wears its dead mother's skull on its head, and then the Marowak is showing my age here, but the Marowak in the original Pokemon game, is a ghost, you would counter it. And then I'm thinking Cubone also holds a bone, so a boner and blow one. So I just had a really
Yes.
bad thought
Oh
of,
no.
oh no, oh no, oh
Oh
no, no,
no.
no.
This was the best one we've ever done. Other than basic white bitch of sushi spice, this is the best one we have ever done. Like, honestly, this one's going in the goddamn history books. This is the best one. It's the one that has made the most fucked up sense that we have ever done. Like, gold. Fucking gold. I love it so much. Okay. We're cruising right through this book. We're like almost halfway through it. So
Yeah,
we're gonna be on to something else. Real
we're definitely
soon.
on something.
Yeah, we're fucking on something. That's for fucking sure.
I'm on the spectrum.
Okay. Yeah, on the spectrum. That's for fucking sure. Anyway, so this is also another six-ode for me because I'm like still like stuffy, and then the crying didn't help today because there was a fucking lot of that. There's a lot of crying. Sorry, I'm trying to get my mic to like adjust to where I want it. There we go. Right in the cleavage. That's where
Right
I'll put
between
it.
the boobs. Yep.
Right between the tatas who are
As
out today.
Princess Diana be proud.
Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, they're not actually out. Okay, YouTube, don't freak the fuck out. Like, they're not actually out. I'm just wearing a tank top. Well, it's a sports bra. I'm wearing a sports bra. But you can't even see like from like mid tit down. It just all looks like a tank top. So can't even see anything. It's fine. But they're just
And I'm
more of
wearing
my skin is showing than normal for the
I'm wearing a
winter.
Grinch sweater.
So,
I'm wearing a Grinch sweater.
but I have a cool tat. Peep my cool tat. Isn't it cool?
Mm-hmm.
It's so pretty. I love it so
and
much.
My Grinch
Yeah,
sweater.
it's just like, and I have a sweater.
And I have a sweater. Look at my sweater.
Look at my sweater. This is so stupid. Okay, I love it. Okay, we're doing well. We're doing well. You're on three. We're on three. Three. Three.
Three.
Three. Three. Sip. Sip.
Burp.
Okay. So, six-ode. Tit-sode. What else kind of sewed? Bitch sewed. We're just doing all the kind of things today. We'll talk probably a little bit. This is Tism related, so that's why it still belongs in this series, and we're going to put it in there. It's probably going to be like
real life application Tism.
Yeah, real life application of the Tism, okay? With maybe some strengths and weaknesses, because I found a cool website that I want to talk about, so we'll get in there. Amanda, before I jump on this fucking train of a day, do you have anything you would like to share with the people? Because it's probably going to be a lot of me talking and you responding. So if there's anything you'd like to get out, I would like to give you the floor to do so.
Don't really know. I mean, it hasn't been that long since we talked, but nothing really going on. Work was work. Not as bad as your day though. But I had asked my boss. I was like, so we have end of the year evaluations where she evaluates me, I evaluate her, and everyone does this at my place of work, but so I told her, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need a date of when you want this by, because otherwise it's not gonna get done. Like, I need a deadline. And she's like, okay, how about this date? So we literally set a calendar reminder for me to get this stupid 1-page evaluation thing I have to do for her, where basically every time I look at it, I just go, nope, I don't want to answer these questions.
I hate those so much.
I know. It's like, how do I tell my boss to her face what I consider her weakness to be?
Right. Like, I want to keep my job. Can we just not and say we did?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it's like I already spent an entire like weekend with you. So didn't we evaluate each other enough? Isn't that enough?
Right.
So, yeah, that's all I got going on. I mean, over the weekend I just hung out with some friends. We were going to play D&D, but one person was sick. So we played Pokemon Stadium. And, like the original, like it was on the Switch, but it was the N64 version on the Switch. And so did the mini games, and I'm like, I haven't played that game since I played the N64, and I remembered every single one of those games. Like, Mark and I have an inside joke about that game too. But So we played that, and we played like Mario Kart and everything, and so it
Fun.
was it was pretty fun. And then Sunday we watched. I was at Scott's, and they had another one of their friends over as well. And we watched Labyrinth because
Ooh.
neither Scott nor Granger had seen it. And it was that person's favorite movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. I've seen it before. It's been a long
I've seen
time,
it, I
but
think, once or twice, but I
yeah.
don't remember a lot from it. Like, I remember some bits of it, but it's not like a super memorable movie for me. It's not one that I like really got into.
I mean, the
But
main
it
thing
was
about it
good.
is David Bowie's
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So yep, that was my weekend. Nothing really else going on. So you can take it away, ma'am.
All right. Well, we're just going to tell a story. I'm going to make it as concise as I possibly can because it is a work story and I still have to work here. So, um basically I spent my entire drive home crying today, which I don't do very often. Like, it takes a lot to really get me to cry, like real cry, like I was doing today. Um, to preface, I am autistic, in case anybody didn't know, right? Like, we're only doing this whole thing. But just in case, tism, right? I tell my coworkers know this about me. Everybody knows this about me at work. I am not quiet about it. I have always said if something I have said or done or whatever has rubbed you the wrong way or made you think a certain type of way, or you feel I was rude or what the fuck ever, you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Please just say something to me, because while I am aware that I don't always have the best tone or the best, like, my intent in behind what I'm saying is sometimes read into farther than it needs to be because of my tone, and I'm cognizant of this, so it's something I'm actively working on, right? I don't always have cognizance of how the thing I said sounds to somebody else, right? I'm Just because I'm aware and I'm actively working on it doesn't mean I'm going to get it right 100% of the time. So I make everybody aware that, like, I might say something that really sounds bitchy or bossy, but I don't mean to be bitchy or bossy 99.9% of the time. So if I say something bitchy or bossy to you, just tell me it was bitchy or bossy and you didn't like how I said that or whatever. And if I didn't mean it, I will 100% apologize to you and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it that way. We can move on, right? Like, we can fix it and move on. I will apologize. And conversely, if I meant it, I'll tell you why I meant it. But 99% of the time, I didn't mean it. It's just how I come off sometimes. And it's not even a fucking excuse, because I'm actively trying to adjust how I present myself to people, which is a whole other issue I want to get into in a little while. So, me and this one particular coworker have had our back and forths with each other, and to my knowledge, we're good. Okay, we're good. I've had no issues. I've heard no feedback. I've heard nothing. To my knowledge, we're good. But I have noticed over the last few weeks a bit of a shift that I am not sure where it came from in how she is around me and how she speaks to me. And I've noticed just less speaking to me in general. Well, today, this all sort of came to a head when I'm helping to train a new hire because my manager's in the bathroom. And this particular employee comes up and, in a manner in which I have never even seen her behave before, proceeds to very fucking rudely address an issue she found with someone's order that was saved for a sale for next week. And I was like, Sure, no problem. My bad. I'll fix it. Nice as fucking pie, because I have a fucking wide-eyed, brand new fucking new hire standing next to me. And this girl who has never spoken to me like this before has just basically berated me over a fucking stupid mistake that is so easily fixable that nothing really was even technically wrong with it. Everything was fine, and I just got my ass handed to me as an assistant manager in front of a fucking new hire. Take the assistant manager out of it. What did I need that level of attitude for? Right. Over something so dumb? Is there a reason behind this? And I turned to the new girl and I'm like, oh, and I just, gonna do on with my business. And she is looking at me like, what the fuck just occurred here? And I was like, that was a little snotty, wasn't it? It wasn't just me. And she's like, girl, like, she looked at me like, if that bitch had said that shit to me, I'd have had her goddamn head. Do you know what I mean? Like, she looked at me like, girl, you just got your ass handed to you. Like,
I almost wonder if she was trying to impress the new hire or something. Like,
I don't know, but here's what you don't do. Like, that. You don't do fucking that. Because even on her biggest fuck ups that she's ever made, I have never spoken to her like that. Never. One, because that's just not how you handle things. Two, because most shit is fixable. Is it annoying? Is it frustrating? You're fucking right, it is. But most shit is fixable. So that level of fucking energy did not need to be placed on that fucking interaction. And I don't get flustered easily either. Like, usually my first reaction is fuck you, right? But like, this had me so taken aback that I got like flustered and had to finish what I was doing in the middle of a bunch of shit happening and like go excuse myself in the bathroom to go pee and like take a minute to breathe. And I almost started crying. And it was more so, I after I had time to think about it, it was more so because I was so fucking taken aback by the interaction and so fucking embarrassed at like the whole thing that it just fucking crippled me for a second. And like, I don't get that knocked off. Yeah, like I don't get that knocked off kilter easily. I just don't. And so it got me like thinking, and like this happened at like 9:30 in the morning, and I didn't even get a chance to talk to my manager about it until like 2:00 when this girl finally went to lunch.
So I was like stewing basically.
Yeah, and I was trying really hard to be like, okay, just breathe. Like, maybe you're just tired and it wasn't that bad. And like, I'm trying to talk myself down. Like, maybe she didn't realize what she was doing. I'm trying to justify this in my head. Or maybe she's
like overstressed or something.
Maybe, right? Like, I'm trying to justify this in my head, but then I'm big on pattern recognition. Tism, right? I couldn't help but realize that this has been a slow build where over the last several weeks, she's been sort of short with me. And anytime I've asked her to do something or I've asked her to help me with something, I've been met with like this like low grade tude from her. Like, I'll say something like, hey, if you're not busy, would you mind helping me with this or that? That's a question, right? Does that sound like a command? Yeah, everything I've ever learned says if you need someone to do something for you, you form it in a question because it gives them an option to say no if they need to say no, right? I say, if you're not busy, would you mind doing XYZ for me? Or handling XYZ or whatever. I have never flexed on her as the manager, as the assistant manager, as the boss, as the nothing, okay? I don't flex that muscle. I don't fucking act like that. I have joked that I'm the bootleg boss lady and the big sister, but I didn't even give myself that fucking title. Someone else gave me that fucking title, and it's a joke. And I say bootleg boss lady because I'm not a real boss lady. I'm only semi in charge when mom's not around. Hence, big sister, right? I
Stepmom. You're
stepmom. I have to like run shit kind of and make sure the place doesn't burn down when my manager's not there. But I can't fire you. I can't really reprimand you for anything. Any decisions I make still have to go through her. They can't even call in to me. When she's not on duty, they have to call my district manager to call off work. They can't even call in to me. So, like, I'm not really in charge of anything. I'm just sort of responsible for more shit than some of the rest of them are. And that's about it. So, it's not like I'm flexing on these bitches all the time with being the boss or some shit. I don't do anything but joke around with my title, and that's like occasionally that I've brought it up before, which it came up on some other topic of conversation. So like, I do not understand, cannot fucking fathom where this bullshit is coming from. And I was so fucking upset by it. I have fucking PTSD from the last girl that worked here who treated me like this every fucking day. My mere existence bothered her to the point to where she would do literally anything she could to make my day fucking hell and make everybody else's day fucking hell simply because I was there and breathing. And I literally cannot relive that shit. That one, I survived, and she's gone, and I was fucking happy about it. I literally cannot go back there to that place. Will not. Not even cannot. I fucking will not. I will rather be poor than do that shit. Period. I just would.
Yeah,
and
it's not worth your mental health.
No, and it's fucking fragile as it is. Like, that's what none of these people understand. Nobody at my fucking job understands how difficult it has been the last 4 fucking months for me to even get out of goddamn bed, let alone get up, get fucking clothes on, put my hair to, like, put makeup on, do my fucking hair, go to a job where I have to people and smile and sell shit, because you can't sell shit when you're a fucking depressed ass sack of potatoes who looks like you ain't slept in 18 years. You know what I mean? Ain't slept in 18 years. You can't do my job and be meh. So I go to work and I fucking put the smile on even when I don't fucking want to. And God for fucking bid it drops for just a second. So I pull my manager in the back room and I'm like, listen, I have let a lot of shit go. And I know I've mentioned to you a couple times already that I feel like I've been getting low-key attitude from this girl. But I've also said that I don't really think she realizes she's doing it. I think maybe she just is like doing it and not understanding that it's happening. Like I get like the little low-key eye roll or like whatever, like a huffy voice when she answers me. So I've just kind of been brushing it off and letting it go. It's like, however, the fucking shit that went down today was like our last problem girl level shit that occurred. I said, and I can't, I can't. Like, I am at the point that I was with that girl. If this is what we're going to keep doing, I will give her the bare minimum of my fucking attention that I need to give her, and that's all she's getting, and I will get through my fucking workday and we'll be done with it, because I can't do this. And she was like, well, you can't do that, because, like, this is how we have to handle conflict. And I was like, I get it. Right now, I'm not, like, I need to vent to you, right? Like, I just need to tell you that this is happening.
I'm not looking for, this is not like a session where, like, I tell you my problems, you tell me, like, well, this is what is wrong with you.
Right.
No, like, it's like, let me just, it's like, I'm not looking for a solution, okay? I just want to vent.
In that moment, I needed her to back me up because I was genuinely coming to her saying, I don't know what the fuck I've done wrong, but I'm so sick and fucking tired of bending until I goddamn break to be palatable for people. I am never fucking good enough, no matter what I do. Never fucking good enough. And it is so frustrating because it doesn't matter how nice I am, how politically correct I say something, no matter how fucking much I change my tone, always and forever, someone is gonna find something fucking wrong with it. And it's just gotten to the point where I'm so fucking run down by it that I can't take it anymore. And like, I'm I'm not fucking cut out for constant changing who I am. I, since 2020, worked my fucking ass off to become the most authentic version of myself I have ever been in my entire life. And I can't and won't sacrifice that just to make somebody not get shitty with me
Or be
for nothing. Like
Mhm.
I can't fix that. Like whatever you're asking me to be is not in here. So like if who I am is not what is cut out to do this kind of job, then why did you give it to me? Like why did you give me this job if I'm not who needs to be doing it? Because there's some shit about me that I can't change.
Mhm.
I can't. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I can't change the fact that I'm going to have issues with my tone of voice every once in a while. I can't fix that. Even no matter how hard I try and know how conscious I am,
And
at
that's a
some
human thing
point
too.
I'm gonna
That's a
drop
human.
the tone. Exactly. Like that's just a fucking human thing. Sorry.
And so and what's funny is that like because like part of like also being autistic in my case at least is like a strong sense of justice. So I'm thinking of all the ways
Right.
now. How the fuck do I get up there and make me a problem for this person? How
Right.
like I'm just trying like okay, I need to go find this bitch and figure out basically just pretend to be like I'm like okay, I gotta pretend to be a customer. I gotta be an absolute bitchy customer, but she can't find out that I know you.
Yeah.
So I was like I'm not a good fighter, but I could probably
Amanda's
beat a bitch up.
Amanda's proud to fucking care in this bitch.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
just
made
like
my friend cry, hooker. You're gonna
it's like
die.
it's like my like the whole time I get like I was looking at myself I'm like man my jaw is tensing up. I'm like oh I gotta make some bitch's life hell now.
And why it hurts, to be honest with you, sorry, my lip is fucking raw from blowing my nose so much. I wouldn't be crying if I didn't care. And that's the
Mhm.
shit that bothers me so
Like
much. It's like,
that's our lives would be so much easier if we didn't care. But that's the whole problem. It's like we
yeah,
put so much of our effort into the things that like like our jobs, so put all the
yeah,
thing and so when someone either doesn't notice or someone is shitty with us about it, it takes a lot of us because like I mean I have coworkers that like you like not necessarily like that are bitchy to me, like not like I do have them or I had them, but like I've had coworkers that just go to work and just fuck all the entire day,
yeah,
but I'm like I can't do that. I know you can't do that. And so that to me that's like it pisses me off because I'm like how can you like I don't understand like the the antipathy like to me is like how do you not antipathy apathy is the word I'm looking
apathy.
for. Apathy.
Yeah.
Like I was like, how do you like? I wish I had the apathy. Like I
Same.
wish I didn't care. Like my life would be so much easier if I didn't fucking care. So
Agreed.
so I get it.
I literally said that. Like, I wish I didn't give a fuck because it seems like everybody else around me's life is way less fucking complicated because they don't care. And I can't not care though. It's really fucking hard for me to just go to work, do my job, and leave and not give a fuck about everybody else there or what happens when I'm not there or whether or not something got done that my manager asked to be done because I'm justice oriented and I have fucking what is the word I'm looking integrity. I have fucking
Mhm.
integrity and I have pride in what I do and I can't do anything half ass. So when I go to do a job, I'm putting 110% of myself into that fucking thing I am doing. And you know what? At some point, I'm wasting my time because if everyone else around me isn't going to do the same thing, my 110% isn't going to go that far. This is a goddamn team effort. I cannot do this by myself. So why am I killing myself to make sure that everything I do is done as right as it possibly can be as a human being who's going to make a mistake every once in a while, trying to always do everything right, at some point, I can't control what everybody else does, and I can only be responsible for me. And I can't be responsible for the entire fucking place. So I'm wasting my time. It's just, it's disheartening. It's frustrating. It's soul sucking to constantly be fucking misunderstood no matter what I say, no matter what I do, no matter how much I fucking change and bend and contort to try to be palatable to these people. If they have fucking decided that I am not, like, worthy of their respect, I can't earn that. Like, I can't contort enough
And
to
even
get
even
that.
then, it's like, would you want to? Would you want to earn
No,
the respect of someone
I
that
don't.
is like that?
But you know what, though? Yes, I do. Like, or I wouldn't
Yeah.
be crying and upset. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do, or I wouldn't be upset about it. I have never fucking cried this hard. I didn't even cry this hard over the last bitch that quit. Like, I didn't. Because, yes, she made my life a living hell, but more than anything, she just fucking pissed me off and gave me migraines. Like, when you make me cry, it's a whole new level of, like, I don't even know what to say. It's like a whole
It's
new
more
level
like,
of fuck you.
it's because you weren't expecting it. It's like
Yeah.
people that in my life, like I've often told, like, when I was like in call center, like I would cry. Like, members never made me cry. Like, you could be an
Yeah.
absolute bitch to me and I wouldn't cry. But
Right.
if like you or Scott or any of my friends said slightly the wrong thing to me, here come the fucking tears, because
Right.
I actually care about you.
Right.
Like, I don't care if some, like, it's like when I was like heavy and someone called me fat that I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know
Right.
you. Why would I care? But if like my
Right.
mother gave me the up and down of,
Right.
like,
You'd lose
yeah.
your shit. Yeah.
So it's like so basically, you this might hurt you more because you thought you and her were in a good place,
Correct.
but then you don't know where it came from. Where the other girl, it's like, well, she was always a bitch, so that's no
Right.
surprise to me.
I knew
So
good and well where I stood with her and I even said that to my manager today. I'm like, this hurts my feelings because at least the last one, she just hated me all the time. So, like, I knew
and
what
it's
to expect with her, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just, it's just one of those things that, like, I am so, it's what she did compounded by every fucking time I have ever tried to be what someone's asking me to be, and then I get to that point and it's still not good enough, and the bar keeps changing and the bar keeps being like taken higher and higher and higher, and I keep reaching it, and then they move it again and I reach it and then they move it again, and it's like, clearly I'm never going to be fucking good enough, so I'm done. Like, I'm done. And I'm done is not a place you want me to be. Like, I know you've seen I'm done. I know you have.
mhm.
Like, when I get to the point where I no longer give a fuck, that is the worst place you can put me. The worst place. Because that's where all the real comes out. And if you think you don't like me now, you're really gonna hate me by the time I'm done gets done. Like, I'm done myself out the door. Because I will say something that will get me HR'd the fuck out of there. Because the filter's gone when I'm done kicks in. The filter's gone. Like, I will filter nothing. I will not filter a facial expression. I will not filter an inside thought. I will filter not a fucking thing.
The mask comes off.
Mask comes all the way off, and the bitch comes out. The bitch that you think you deal with every day, you've not met her, sweetheart. You've not met her. I promise you've not met her. I will hurt your goddamn feelings.
It's like
And
the
smile
bitch is
while
not
I
a
do
costume.
it.
It's like the bitch is not a costume. The bitch is me. It's like
The bitch
the
is me.
niceness. Yeah, the niceness
Yeah.
is a
Uh-huh. The bitch is me, because we've worked real hard to put the Niki costume on, the Niki that everyone sees at work, right? The Nicole, the government version
the
of me is
socially
what y'all
accepted,
get.
my good Christian name.
Correct. You gonna see unzip and the demon finna come out. The demon finna come out, okay? And when I get there, it's real hard to reel me back. So I just have been out of my own self preservation because I like the money I make, keeping her zipped up at the current moment. But we've unlocked it. We've unlocked the fucking padlock that's holding the zipper together underneath all this fucking hair, right? It's unlocked at this point. And if someone can't have a rational conversation with me soon and we can't figure this out, the bitch gonna start unzipping out. She gonna start peeking out. And I might be out of a job because I don't want to get to a place where I don't care anymore, because that's where we're getting. And it sucks because I like my job and I like my manager and I genuinely like everyone I work with. And I don't want to get to a point where I don't care anymore, because it's just bad. It's bad. I worked really fucking hard. God, you've no one really gets. Amanda gets it because you watched it, but like no one gets how ugly of a human I was like 3 years ago. You get it because you saw it. Like nobody understands the depth of actual hellion that I was. I cared about fucking nobody but myself. I would literally berate my husband every day because of how fucking miserable I fucking was. And I don't want to go back there. I worked 3, almost 4 fucking years to repair the broken shit in me, to find who I really am, to unmask all the fucking shit and get to this most authentic, genuinely happy version of myself. And this place and these situations are fucking tearing me down. And I cannot take it anymore. Like, I cannot take it anymore. I don't know how to have this conversation other than this way. Like, I don't know how to have this conversation other than, if you don't stop coming out of left field at me all the time, I'm gonna hurt your feelings, because I only have a threshold. I can only take so much bullshit, just like every other fucking person in the world, right? I only have so much fucking shit I can take before I fucking explode and hurt your feelings, because I'm a human.
Is there any way to have like an actual conversation with her to where like it's maybe just you two or something, like where there's not a new hire watching?
No, I won't. I will not have a conversation with just her and I at this point. I did ask Amy if she would be in the room while we all 3 had a conversation, because I don't know what to expect from her whatsoever. So we are guard up, wall up at this point. So yes, I want to have a conversation with her, because I am not the type of person that will let this shit just fucking float out in the ether. Like, I want to fix it and move forward so that I can go on back to my fucking life and not have to worry about this all the goddamn time. So like, a conversation is coming, but I don't know how to pretty up in any other way what I want to say to her. Like, I'm just going to tell her exactly that. Like, it wouldn't upset me if I didn't give a fuck. And because I give a fuck, I have a threshold, and you've met it. And at this point, I've done everything I can to change my behavior, and I need you to change yours, because I'm getting to a point where I can no longer ignore what's going on, and it's meeting me at my threshold for tolerating it and for being nice about it and for excusing it away. And I'm reaching a point where I can no longer hold my tongue about it, and the next time you're an asshole to me, it's gonna get met back with asshole. I'm at the point where I can no longer hold my tongue when you treat me like this. And I don't want to come out of left field at you, because I don't like when you do it to me. So like, at this point, I'm going to have to like tell you have stepped up to the boundary. And
Like
I'm
you have to
asking you
meet
to
me.
step off. Like,
It's like
step
I'm
off.
just you're like it's like at bare minimum I want to be met halfway, but I'm like 99% there, and you've made not the 1% effort it takes for you to meet me where I'm at. So
Exactly.
I would just be like if you do get to have a sit down with her and your boss, you're like, I'm just gonna be 100% honest here. It's like I don't know where all this came from. Like, can you just tell me what I did wrong
Yeah.
for you to act like this with me?
Yeah. Because it hurts my feelings. I'm a fucking human. Like, it hurts my feelings. It's frustrating and it hurts my feelings. And I'm, the TISM thing in me is like, the RSD and the TISM is like, there's never gonna be a version of me that is palatable to anyone. That is how it makes me feel. It makes me feel like no matter fucking what I ever do, I am never going to be palatable enough for anyone. I'm always going to be a little bit too much or a little bit too bitchy or a little bit too bossy. So it's like, why do I need to find, I want to find somewhere where I just don't care anymore. Like, I don't know, but I don't know how to not care. I don't know how to not care. It's not in here. It's not in here for me to not give a fuck because if I don't care about that, I don't care about anything. And I don't want to go back to that, right? Like, when I stop giving a fuck about people hurting my feelings, I've stopped feeling. And I don't want to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, but
You
that
put a
again,
shell
that's
around
me trying to
yourself,
figure out how
so
to change me. Like, see what I mean? Like, I'm still trying to figure out how to change me. Why do everything about me has to be different to be able to move forward? It's like I have to stop doing that. Like, I have, exactly like you said, you have to at least meet me fucking halfway. Like, I'm going to stop 100% conforming to whatever someone wants me to be just to be fucking palatable. Like, you have to meet me halfway. You have to, because I cannot bend anymore. I'm gonna fucking break. I already did. I already fucking broke. Like, I've already broke at this point. That's where we are. And I don't want to do this. Like, I don't. It's fucking exhausting. And I have enough going on in my own personal life that I'm sick and goddamn tired of hearing. Her personal life is not an excuse, and I won't accept that as one. I just won't. Like, things going on in your own personal life is not an excuse for you to be an asshole to somebody else. Might be a reason, but it's not a fucking excuse. And you can't continue to be an asshole to me because
well,
everyone's personal life is fucked up.
think about this. I won't say her name, but you know who I like. My friend whose daughter died, dad died, house
Right.
burned down, all in 1 year. She
Yeah.
is the sweetest human. Like
Yeah.
if she like unleashed on somebody, I would not blame her.
Right.
But she, as a genuinely nice person, like as sweet as it can be, like she can have someone yell at her and she will be direct with them, but she will be
Yeah.
nice with them. So this little girl, I don't know how young she is, but when you say she's on her phone all day, it just makes me think Gen Z because I'm a boomer. But the whole like not having the common decency, like I understand, like like you said, like everyone has shit in their life, but that
Yeah.
like kindness costs you $0. It
Right.
takes zero effort for you to just to be civil.
Correct.
Absolutely. And I say that as someone who I call myself a bitch, but I'm like, but I also have this thing where it's like, yeah, I can be blunt and everything, and I can be direct and quote unquote brutally honest with somebody, but I also have like this innate fear of what other people think of me. Obviously,
Right.
she does not care. So I don't
Yeah.
know how you get like someone like that to care. I don't know because that ain't me. So
Right.
yeah.
And that, I guess it's just too because, like I said, she just doesn't usually, like I said, it's usually low key. Like, I would have to really read into it to like go there. So it's like this time she was so fucking outward with it that I was just taken so aback by it. And it just, I don't know. I don't know. It just fucked my whole day. It really did. And I hate to say that, but it did. It made me, again, like I said, I have like a 30 minute between leaving work and waiting for Noah to get out of school is like 30 to 35 minutes. I cried the entire time. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still crying. So, obviously she hurt my fucking feelings. And here we are. And I used to be the type of person to be like, fuck her. I'm not going to let her make me cry. I'm not going to let her see that she hurt my feelings. No, fuck that. I hope you do hear it. I hope you do like hear it and hear that you did hurt my feelings. And I'm going to tell you at some point if you're listening, but like, I'm going to tell you, I don't know. It's just frustrating. And it is a tism thing where we always kind of have to conform to the world around us to be more palatable, and it's frustrating. And like a lot of ways it does make more sense for us to, be a little bit flexible with how we are, because the world is not made for us, and I get it. And you do kind of have to wear, sometimes the mask is necessary, right? We've talked about this. The mask is like a coping mechanism. It's a survival tool. It's what we need sometimes. Like we need it to function, but like I shouldn't have to completely fucking morph into something I'm not just to fucking not step on any of her fucking toes. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And walk on eggshells around this person. Like it's just not necessary. So that's my day. I think I've bitched enough about it. I don't know that we're going to get anywhere near anything else at this point because it's like 10 o'clock. But yeah, it is an inherently tism thing to always, I guess, always feel like this. I mean, take things to heart and not be able to do things half-ass. And this is just a real world example of like when tism bites you in the ass. Like it is. It's just a real world example of how, of like a challenge in being tistic as fuck. Here we are. Like sometimes you have problems in your workplace that you can't fucking sort through because you can't change enough to fucking fix them. So,
Yep. Been there, done that on different jobs.
Yeah. But I have a headache now. So I probably should like, I don't know, go fucking sleep this off or something. But
yeah, I'm gonna take.
Thanks for letting me bitch, folks.
I'm gonna take a nice little Dramamine or allergy pill because I haven't gotten much sleep lately. So
yeah, girl, you need to fucking knock out, man. Like knock the fuck out. I'm probably gonna take a Benadryl and hopefully not astrally project to the world of ex-boyfriends this time. That was
you
not
never
fun.
really got into. You never got into, but not tonight. But I'm just saying you never got into it. You just kind of briefly mentioned to me.
It was so vivid. I shouldn't remember most of it, but it was so crazy that I remember the entire thing. So we will definitely talk about it at some point, which is very strange because I rarely remember dreams like this, but we'll get into it at some point. Thank you for letting me just dump all this on you. I appreciate it. Like, thank you for everyone who's listening, letting me dump all my bullshit on you. If you can relate to this in any way, let us know. You can leave a question or an answer to the question on the Spotify poll. You can tell us on Facebook. You can tell us on Instagram. You can tell us in our Discord, which again is free. You can send us an email at the ndcpodcast@gmail.com. All of our socials are the same. It's just at the NDC podcast. Everywhere socials are platformed. It is literally the same handle everywhere. If we're there, it's that handle. Come talk to us in Discord. If you've ever had these issues or resonate with anything, just let us know. And we will see you next week with some actual content, probably. Thanks for listening. I love you. I love you, Amanda.
I love you, Nikita.
I can't wait to see you.
I know. Less than 2 weeks, week and a half.
Yeah. We'll talk about that maybe next week, about like our little plans we have going on, because we haven't really said anything about it. So we'll talk about it next week.
Sounds good.
All right. I love you. I gotta find the stop button again. I keep remembering my mouse is dead. I need to replace the fucking batteries. All right, bye.
Okay, bye.